manning tree. I love my customers. I love cutting and flat ironing and perming a lot of them. I really do.
You're gonna make me beautiful?
Let's just say I'm gilding the lily. My name is Elizabeth Monroe. I employ 3 local women. This town is a place to live and work and raise your family.
Well now, good morning.
To see you before work.
Anybody see you come in?
I give you Cortona.
Cortona. Cortona.
Eviction from my own property.
Eminent domain.
My father left that building to me, and I've worked my fingers to the bone to pay it off.
In America, Miss Monroe, progress is always right.
These are mom-and-pop operations. They can't afford to lawyer up in any meaningful fashion. What we already don't own, our friends do.
Are we done? Because I'd like to go to lunch.
It has to be approved in a public meeting.
Adjourn. Let's go eat.
Lizzie Monroe, she's a minor obstacle. I'm already on it.
In my hometown in Scotland, William Wallace, Braveheart, stood his ground against the English on Stirling Bridge. Against insurmountable odds, he and his people routed the English invaders that day. Are you ready to fight? Here's to you.
So we are back, and that was a great trailer, I have to say. It's an amazing movie. This is the movie right here, Split Ends. Let's talk about what inspired you to write a movie about a hairstylist and a salon owner.
Well, I was written up in the New York Times, and what had happened was after that write-up, all my customers were chatting about it, and I would tell them funny stories. And they said, you've got to make a movie out of this. You've got to make a movie out of this. So, I mean, it's just amazing. I'm cutting John Allen's hair, this young man's hair, and there's a fellow waiting for me to cut his hair. And I'm telling John a funny story. John throws back his head and roars with laughter. And he turns to this fellow and says, should she make a movie out of this or what? Now, what are the chances? This gentleman said, I definitely think she should. I am a screenplay writer, and I definitely think she should write this and make a movie out of it. What are the chances, right? I start cutting his hair. He's very kind. He's giving me a lot of tips and things to do. And I think he's just being nice so I don't cut his ear, you know. He's just being nice. And he left and had, given me a lot of information. The very next day, he comes back and hands me a screenplay writer's journal. He said, here's a journal. Put your pen to paper, and there's my card if you need me. I mean, what are the chances of that? But what I found is the chair, our chair, hairdressers, the chair, is amazing who you meet sitting down in your chair. So that's how I first started writing. That gentleman helped. Then I'm cutting my friend's hair, Gila, and she has made some short films, and they just won the New Jersey Director's Choice Award for their Dream House. That was the name of the movie. And I'm chatting with her, and I said, she says, what are you up to these days? And I said, I'm writing a screenplay. And she said, you're what? I said, yeah, I'm writing a screenplay. She said, do you need any help? I said, I sure do. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just writing a screenplay. So she and I got together. She became my co-writer. And then at another date, when we've finished the screenplay, we're starting to send it out. I'm cutting a lady's hair. And she says, oh, you're from Scotland? And I said, yes. And she said, my husband's from Scotland. I said, really? Where do you live? She says, I live right here in South Orange. I said, and I don't know you? This is impossible. I said, we have to get together. I said, what does your husband do? Oh, he's an actor. He's an actor? Oh, where does he act? Well, he was just in Brokeback Mountain. Really? Oh, then we really have to get together. So Gila and her husband and Charlotte and Peter McRobbie was the gentleman, the actor. He was in Brokeback Mountain. So we all got together and chatted, and he put us in touch with Dorothy Lyman. And it's all the chair, you see. It's just amazing how the chair, you meet people and they enhance what you're doing. So that was Peter, and he's in the movie. And then Vinny Pastor from The Sopranos, my husband had done a television segment with him. And while we were doing the segment, I said to him, will you be in my movie, Vinny? And he went, yeah, I'll be in your movie. Do you know how many people ask me, will I be in their movie? Well, guess what? He's in my movie. So it's just amazing how you wander through life. It's an amazing journey, and who you meet and just how they become part of your life. It's amazing.
That is an amazing story. And watching this film is very touching, and I think that it has a very kind of classic, almost cult feel to it in a way, which is a cool thing because
absolutely,
it starts off a little slow and you're trying to get the feel of what's going on, and all of a sudden you start to see the corruption, you start to see, the hairstylist, the owner trying to keep her salon alive, trying to make her staff happy and provide for them and make a good business for them, and all of a sudden the corruption, the politicians, the investors all try to come in to take over the salon to build this whole luxurious condo development and all these new stores. And I think it was really, really interesting, and it really caught on over time. I had a really strong emotional connection to it, and I think hairstylists, because we're so emotional, would love to watch this movie because it's a fun story. It's a lot of romance, some racy parts in it, and I think it really was an interesting movie.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Yes, it is, and it's one that ordinary people can relate to. It's not too out of your realm. It's real. It's kind of reality, yes.
And the actress who played your role would be, she did an amazing job. Did you feel happy watching?
Absolutely, and she affected my accent very well. She's very good. She's a Shakespearean actress. Her name is Corinna May, and she's a fine actress. We hope to make her a star. That would be great.
So this DVD is available for purchase.
Yes.
And you can purchase it at www.splitendsthemovie.com.
Yes.
And this is definitely a movie I feel people should check out, especially hairstylists, because doing what you've done for our industry by writing something like this is very important, and people need to really relate to this and get some inspiration, and through movies, through books. But I really admire you for doing something like this, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you very much, Stephen. That's very kind, very kind. It's a dream come true. I mean, who could imagine a hairdresser making a movie? I mean, with no experience, it's unbelievable. So it is phenomenal, and I thank you very, very much. And yes, everyone should rush out and buy it.
So it looks like you have a few honorable awards, and you've got some amazing features and some great accomplishments with this movie. Tell us about that.
Oh, well, it was just very, very exciting. Our first film festival was down in Florida, and it was a thrill to be there, to see your movie up on the big screen. That was very, very exciting. And then we were entered in many, many film festivals. We got honorable awards, honorable mentions, and then we won the Garden State Film Festival for homegrown movies. And it was amazing to be handed an award. It was like getting an Oscar. It was absolutely thrilling. So yes, we were very excited about that.
So, Libby, one last question. You have so many amazing stories. I can imagine, and we can talk for hours about some great stories and experiences. If there's one story that you can share with us, that's something that's happened to you, what would it be?
Oh, I have to go way back to Scotland, when I was my very first hairdressing competition. And the girls in my salon were saying, like, who do you think you are entering a competition? You know, who do you think you're hot stuff? And I thought, well, I just thought, I'm 18. When I'm 81, I'll regret not having done this. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, whether they think I'm being, you know, I'm being an egomaniac or what. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So I went and entered for this competition. At that time, the beehive was very fashionable. And I had this very, very large beehive. I think it was the highest beehive in the world, to tell you the truth. I had people stop me in the street to ask me how I get my hair that high. Anyway, I've been on the floor of the competition floor. I've completed my model. We've come off, you know, for the judges to go around. And I discover that I'm being called the lassie with the lump. And I am mortified. I'm almost crying. I'm going to leave. You know, when you're 18, people calling you the lassie with a lump. I mean, I'm embarrassed. I'm going home. I'm walking away. I can't take it. And this fellow hairdresser said to me, you know, calm down, don't be foolish. She said, think about it, they're calling you the lassie with the lump. You stand out. They know who you are. Remember, Libby, it's better to be looked over than overlooked. And I turned to her and I said, thank you very much. She just made all the sense in the world. I stood up straight. I walked back onto the stage. And guess what? I won first place.
Really?
Is that an amazing story?
It is.
I was ready to leave. So I thank that girl. I thank that girl whenever a situation comes up. I always remember her words. It's better to be looked over than overlooked.
Amazing.
And so for all the hairdressers out there, when you want to do something and you feel you have a passion for it, don't let anybody stop you. And just remember, yeah, it's better to be looked over than overlooked.
Very touching.
Yeah.
And I'm going to remember that too. And I'm
Yes.
going to go by that. And I think it's important that people watching get the inspiration from listening to you and hearing what you have to say. And I think it's amazing. And I look up to you. And just from knowing you for a short amount of time, I've learned a lot from you already. So
You are special. Thank you very much, Stephen.
So,
it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. So I want to thank you again for your time, Libby. You have a beautiful salon. And tell us where the salon is located.
Oh, we are the Chelsea Set Salon in Maplewood, New Jersey. The address is 2 Depot Plaza or 1 Durand Road. For some reason we get two addresses. Is that strange? We're right by the train station, the direct line that goes into Manhattan. So it's wonderful, you know, wonderful traffic wandering past the salon. We get a very busy salon, kept going very beautifully. Location's important, as you know.
Yes.
And we're very lucky.
And
Love our
it's a
salon.
full service salon?
Full service salon, yes. Yes.
Okay.
We do everything but tie the knot.
All right, Libby. Well, once again, thank you. And don't forget, check out the movie, www.splitendsthemovie.com. It's available for purchase. And thank you so much for watching. I'm the Salon Guy. Stay tuned for more.
Thank you, Stephen.